Hey, this is Brian again, and I'd like to ask you to do a favor. We can't do this work without people like you, so if you can, please like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends about Bring Back the Porch.
I took a ceramic class for the first year as a fun part of my program. I thought that would be my fun part and painting would be my main focus, but it shifted like right away.
This episode of Bring Back the Porch brought to you by Medicine at Monumental, crafting quality memorials of distinction since 1970. Anis Mehrabian.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Perfect. Yes, you got that right.
University of Manitoba.
Yes.
Here in Medalta in the Students, Artists, and Residence program. How did you come to be selected to come here?
It's an application process. You have to put pictures of your work and write a letter of purpose, kind of like what you want to do here. And I explained that I wanted to explore things that I've never done before at school because like of the way that the school program works. So yeah, and I got accepted, I guess, because of that.
Where are you in your studies?
I'm graduating in like couple days. Yes.
So this
from
is
today.
This is the exclamation point on.
Yes, it's the end. Yeah.
And how has
Yes.
the time been here at Medalta?
It was awesome. First, it was a lot to figure out, but then we kind of become really good friends, and the work started to kind of like build up. It was hard to kind of adjust a little bit to the working place here because it's like a new space, but then it kind of got really busy quickly. And yeah, today we're kind of like almost at the end. We kind of are seeing our final results. So yeah, it's been really great.
What's the collaboration been like with the fellow students?
It's been more with the firings because most of the firings can't really be done by just one person. It's a lot of physical and labor work. So we've been really collaborating, making sure that we are like taken care of, like we're getting enough sleep, or we're just like checking on each other. And in firings, we had like scheduled shifts, so we kind of took care of the firing. Some of us were not familiar with that specific firing at all, but we were like really good at instructing each other also. So yeah. That was amazing.
What firing technique was your favorite?
Soda firing.
Soda
yes,
firing.
Because it was very complex to learn. I still have a long way to learn it, but just going into that like chaos and seeing all that information and how the firing works itself is like very magical. So I'm obsessed with that.
What drew you to ceramics and working with clay?
It just happened on accident, kind of. I took a ceramic class for the first year as a fun part of my program. I thought that would be my fun part and painting would be my main focus, but it shifted like right away. And after the first class, I became in love with ceramics, and I stayed in the area. It's fun to just always have something to work on, and that's kind of what ceramics is. You have to be like babysitting the pieces all the time. So.
Do you want to make a career out of this?
Yes, I'm looking forward to have my own studio.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Some of the pieces that you have in front of us here are interesting. We see the usual vases and things like that, but these ceramic plates, I guess they are, they would be like a wall tiles. Yes.
Yes.
They would be a decoration, I would think.
Yes.
What drew you to create something like this?
So tiles, that was my main project in the letter of purpose, because I wanted to figure out what way would be the best for me to make tiles. So I wasn't really looking forward to really get, I would say, something out of the tiles that would end up in my artistic journey, like in conceptual wise, but I was more like technical wise approaching it. So I tried so many different techniques, slab, slip casting, mold making, press mold, and all those techniques. I wanted to have the chance to just explore and see which way works best for me, because there's so many different techniques, but every potter I think has their own like specific choice of technique. So that was my exploration, and it's still like in process. It's not glaze fired yet, but my whole point was to make sure that my tiles don't warp and don't crack too much, and how the firing should be. So that was like a different aspect from what I did for the other stuff. Yeah.
Now these tiles, the pattern on that is, you're Armenian.
Yes.
Does this reflect your culture?
A little bit. In Armenian paintings, we see a lot of patterns like this in their painting when they're painting the landscape. And I think part of that comes from when you just try to remember the landscape of your home, and part of it becomes abstract when you don't visit that place for many years. So I think that is where it's coming from. I started to draw a large landscape first, and then I kind of shuffled these. So these were kind of connected all. It's hard to find a pattern now because a lot of work has been done on them, but they kind of first started like a path, I would say, all in between. And then I shuffled around and kind of turned it into like an interesting pattern.
And this hasn't been fired yet, though.
It's been bisque fired, but once you glaze fire it with the proper glaze, it will kind of, the colors will pop up more, and the clay will be like more white. And depending on what glaze I do, it will change a little bit. Yes.
Do all of these pieces start from the same kind of clay?
Mostly, yes. There are all high fire clay. I also use medium range firing clays, but those pieces I use them for making plates, because I think in plates in high fire they warp so much more, and I don't like that, so I try to use medium range clay. But for all these projects, they're high fire.
And this is a form that you would have used?
Yes, this is the mold, and I found this technique the best working for me. So you grab a big slab of clay, it's very thick, and you kind of press it into the mold, and you give it a little bit of time. Once it dries, it just shrinks a little bit and it easily pops out, and you don't have to take it by hand. You just like put a board on it and like flip over, and that decreases the warpage. So I found this technique much more easier for me.
Okay. And the other pieces in front of us, they look like they were thrown on a wheel?
Yes, they were thrown on a wheel, but something like this, it's been manipulated. I turned it into square. Once it's a little bit drier, then it's on the wheel. And I add the feet to the pieces and the handle later on.
And you also signed it.
Yes. That's my signature is actually my name in Armenian. But because most people don't know Armenian here, it looks like a signature. So I use it for my pottery.
Okay. Yeah. Now, when we were talking to Elizabeth, she said that being on the wheel and throwing was not her favorite. How do you feel about that?
I think I'm opposite. It's my favorite, yes. I've been wheel throwing for 3-4 years now, and the symmetrical aspect of it, and how you don't have to really think too much on the wheel. You just have to like use your muscle memory more. That's very meditating. And I really love to be in the wheel. Yeah.
Now, some of the pieces at the end of the table there, they look like they've been fired differently.
Yes, they've been fired by a technique called Raku, where you get the pieces to almost 900 degrees Celsius, and then you take them out of the kiln with proper safety, and then you put it into sawdust, and that reduction happens, and the oxidation and all of those creates these techniques. I would say this was my first time trying this technique, and I was trying to see if I would like it or not. It's been a challenge. I'm trying to like it, but sometimes it's very difficult. Like you put all that effort and the glaze just decides to turn black. And it's like very sad. But this was supposed to be white, so I wouldn't say this has been like really my technique. I like to be more reliable on glazes and stuff. But some of them have been really successful, and it did the work that I wanted.
That has a nice iridescence to it.
Yes. So this was supposed to be on most of my pieces, but it didn't happen really. But it's a challenge and learning lesson.
That's exactly. You learned now what to do and what not to do.
Yes, exactly. And the other ones are pit fired. These two pieces.
Pit fired?
Yes, it's pit fired, and the piece just absorbs the smoke from different things. We put, I think, fruit. I think it was a banana peel. We put sawdust, newsprints, and all of that smoke just is the magic.
Mm-hmm. And a mythical creature.
Yeah. These are, I'd say, bull, or maybe you can consider it a cow, or like different types of animals. But these animals were found in Iran, in Shush, and in many other archaeological, I would say, areas. And these animals were buried with people in the history to help them to go to the other universe. And I really like the form a lot, and I thought it would be good for pit firing. So I made one as a test here.
That's what, to me, I can see you put your personality and yourself into everything you do.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are you going to take with you when you leave here in terms of your experience?
When I started working on these pieces, I was really trying to come out of my comfort zone to find a new style and update it a little bit. So I think what I achieved here would be my style coming up, and I'm gonna keep working in that way, hopefully in my studio. But yes, I try to really do different things and learn the lessons from soda firing, and all that knowledge really helps you to work on your style a little bit more and see how you can use the advantages of the firings and kind of work on the pieces in the way you want it to be.
Are you going to keep in contact with the other artists that you've been with here?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I think we're all upset that this is coming to an end, but we will be in touch for sure.
And do you think Medalta will be part of your future?
Yes, definitely. I hope so. I hope I can come back again to stay a little longer. So that would give me much more time to explore other things. So
Have you been influenced by what you've seen here in terms of the historic value of Medalta?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Every day coming to studio and going back home with bike, and the nature is like really fascinating. So I think Medalta influenced me here also. Yeah,
well, that's
definitely.
good. You'll take a piece of Medalta with you.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you for the visit.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Charlotte Saunier.
Yes.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
From Montreal.
From Montreal.
How did you find your way to Medalta here in Alberta?
So it was the first time they were sending a student there. So they put out a contest, and like people could apply and write a project about it and what they would do there. So I applied and I got it. I was really excited to have the chance to do this opportunity. But yeah.
A chance for you to come out to a different part of Canada, experience a different culture from what you're used to in Quebec.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Does that contribute to your work?
Yes, 100%. Actually, the horse are really inspired from the Prairies. In my work, I work with the labor and women laboring, and I thought horses were a great symbol of labor that is often invisibilized. Yes, so the strength, their legs are really long.
Like a giraffe.
Yes, to emphasize the work and the strength, and also create attention with the clay, the material, which is really fragile. So it's kind of, fragile at the same time.
And where are you in your studies right now?
I've just finished my third year. I'm going on my fourth, and I'm trying to apply for master in the fall.
And what university?
I will try to apply again at Concordia because I really like Montreal. I'm also looking for an ASCAD and other place in Canada.
How's it been here for the past 4 weeks at Medalta with people from all over Canada?
It was super great. don't still have the word yet to explain it because I'm still in it. But I'm so grateful for the community we built here. Like everyone was so open, and we had a lot of good conversation about not only about clay but about like the art space and what we want for the future for this community. It was also a lot of new information I was able to gather here. It was my first time doing soda firings. That's why I did a lot of tests to trying to figure out like this new way of work with the clay. It was a super enjoyable time, and I would do it again.
What drew you to work with clay and ceramics to choose this as a vocation?
I think working with clay is really something that is really grounding and meditative. Like you're really in connection with your body when you're doing it. It's really sensorial. You're in your own bubble, but it's also something that is really communicative to others. I feel people, like when they see my work, they want to touch it, they want to hold it, and I think it's a nice way of sharing also.
How do you feel about throwing?
I love throwing. It's really something that need a lot of work. Again about labor, a lot of patience. It helped me to be more calm and steady. And I learn from it every day still, and I apply what I'm learning in my everyday work, everyday daily life, and yeah.
You've had the chance to wander through the Medalta museum here and see what used to be a very vibrant factory.
Yes.
Do you draw any inspiration from that?
100%. Again, I thought I was super interested in that I was working in this history of people that were here before me, like working and building the space, and for me it's just a cycle. Like clay again is also a cycle. That was also super interesting and inspiring.
Had you heard of Medalta before you applied to the program?
No, sadly.
So now you'll be an ambassador for Medalta.
Yes, yeah, with pleasure.
Okay. I noticed that among your works here, it looks like lots of those rabbits or animals, and they all have a hole in them. So they're going to become something, I think.
Yes.
Can you tell me what they are?
Yes, so I'm going to build a wood panel so they can all be layered. And I'm going to do some little labeling also, so people in my school are going to be able to look into it, and I can be able to share what I've learned, because we need to do a presentation when we come back, talking about this experience and everything, so that will be my way of presenting.
Okay. None of them look the same.
No.
That's by design?
No, it's just, there's a lot of glaze that I mixed. There's approximately around 30 glazes that I mixed, but there's also 3 types of clay bodies, and what's interesting is we can see that the glaze doesn't react the same from the clay body. So there's a lot of combination that you can do and create with that.
Mm-hmm. Now, were these all come out of a form, or did you make them all by hand?
No, it's from a form.
Okay, yeah, because I can see that there is uniformity to them as well, which is, I guess, part of the piece, is that they're all the same, and yet they're all different.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then there are pieces here that look more traditional, like cups and vessels, and that you have thrown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
more.
You said that you like the soda firing the best.
Yes, I love the soda. It was my first time experimenting with it. I found it really lovely, the way of thinking that it's the firing that creates the surface for you, and this unpredictability, and you have to let go of, like, sometimes I think artists have a really specific way of seeing their work, and in ceramics, like, it doesn't work like that. You just have to work with it. Mm-hmm. You're more a witness of, like, what is happening than in control. So I thought that was really, really beautiful play to do it.
How did you get the iridescence on some of these? Because they almost look like when you open up a clam and you can see the opalescence on the inside.
Yes, that's a chino glaze that reacts with the iron inside. So it's like, and again, the soda, when it's splashed on it, it's just reacting in the carbon. So it's just a...
And you're surprised every time something comes out, because you say it comes out different.
Yes, no, there's not one piece that is the same than the others.
Yeah. Is there one here that's your favorite? Or is it like trying to pick your favorite child?
Yeah, a little bit. I think I have a little something for the horse with bending legs.
Okay.
I find it kind of interesting and funny. It wasn't predict that the legs were bending, but it's again showing the weight that it carries, and I found that its form is really, it talks to me a lot.
Okay.
So yeah.
So now, you're going back for your 4th year, and perhaps even further. Do you see Medalta in your future?
Oh yes, I would love to come back. I would love to do a longer residency here and experiment more with the solar firings. Dee was exceptional as a technician. I love her so much. She's so great. She's so patient with us and also so generous with like all her knowledge that she bring to us. So yes, I just feel super lucky to have this just introduction to this world, and I would like to pursue this.
And are you going to continue to be in contact with your fellow students?
Oh yes, we're talking about going to ceramic conference together next year. Keep in touch, maybe applying to grants together to be able to reconnect and keep on building this community.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed your time here, and I'm sure we'll hear from you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Merci.
Merci.
Hey, this is Brian again, and I'd like to ask you to do a favor. We can't do this work without people like you, so if you can, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about Bring Back the Porch.